Everybody perspective. So that's not nothing in my place to answer. That's nothing I can't answer, not answer. But I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better. Yeah, overall, I feel like I'm doing great. I'm doing what I need to do each and every day. I remaining focused, remaining mind on the complete mission. Not really get comfortable. I'm not comfortable being scout team player. Honestly, that's my situation. So I'm gonna make the best of it. And enjoy my moments. But
Flacco drops back, slings it outside, and that's TJ Reed. But the real headline ain't that pass. It's Kevin Stefanski finally breaking his silence, and his words sent Cleveland into a frenzy. For the first time this season, the coach admitted Shedeur Sanders isn't just waiting in the shadows, he's in the mix to start, and maybe as soon as Week 5. And let's be clear, this wasn't some calm, boring update from a coach. Stefanski came with smoke for Joe Flacco.
moments. But overall, this isn't my end goal. Like I'm just enjoying myself, learning, doing everything I have to do, and just ready for my opportunity.
How frustrating can that be when you look around the league and you know that you can play well, better than some of the other quarterbacks, having to kind of sit and be patient? How frustrating.
He called out the vets' sloppy turnovers, the boneheaded fumble, and the reckless throws that flat-out killed the Browns against Detroit. You could hear the irritation in Stefanski's voice. He's done babysitting a man who's supposed to be steady under pressure. Now the whole city is buzzing. Is Shedeur Sanders actually ready to snatch the keys to this offense? This ain't just about play calling anymore. This is about the Browns flipping their entire future in real time. Stefanski's words made it crystal clear. Flacco's reign is hanging by a thread, and Sanders is right there waiting for that door to crack open. And don't forget, Shedeur wasn't just talking big when he said he's already better than half the quarterbacks in the league. That wasn't empty confidence. With every shaky snap from Flacco, it's starting to look like straight-up prophecy. Let's be real, Sanders would never have crumbled the way Flacco did under those Detroit lights. Flacco came into that game desperate to show he wasn't washed, but instead, he imploded. Less than 50% completion, 2 brutal interceptions, and body language that screamed fear instead of leadership.
I focus on each and every day on what I got to do, and just because where I am on the depth chart, don't let that dictate my mindset each and every day, because you don't know what happened or what could happen. So it's really just keeping the mindset of just staying locked in, staying into everything, and remaining focused on the main thing.
That wasn't just a bad night. It was a full-on collapse that exposed the ugly truth. The Browns' quarterback drama isn't if anymore, it's when. Watching a 17-year vet hand Detroit the ball like he was working for them was flat-out humiliating. For a man with almost 2 decades in the league, the meltdown wasn't just unbelievable, it was unforgivable. And then came the dagger. That interception wasn't some minor mistake. It was the moment Detroit ripped all the momentum right out of Cleveland's hands. One throw flipped the entire game, turning a hopeful start into a straight-up disaster with Joe Flacco front and center. Once he lost rhythm, it was gone forever. The confidence drained, and with it, the Browns' shot at winning. This ain't just a quarterback controversy. It's an emergency. The change is coming quick, and Flacco knows the clock is ticking loud. To be fair, Flacco stood at the podium afterward and admitted the mess, especially that pick 6 in the first half when he tossed it straight into Lions safety Kirby Joseph's hands. He even tried clearing Jerry Jeudy, saying, "That was on me, not him," after Jeudy slipped on his route. But let's be honest, accountability don't put points on the board. His final stat line said it all. 16 completions on 34 attempts, only 184 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a lost fumble. Those numbers don't scream dependable vet. They scream washed-up backup. Critics went wild after that Lions game, shredding Flacco from every angle. And when people pressed him on that brutal fumble and the offense's collapse, he had no real answers. He gave some vague talk, almost like he was trying to downplay what the whole world just watched happen.
I don't think playing or not playing, is in my hands. I don't think. I think based on the situation, it's if things happen, things pan out where I play, then I'll be out there and I'll be ready to play. said, I'm ready to play right now.
But here's the real deal. This wasn't some random bad Sunday. These are the same cracks showing up week after week, and everybody's finally calling it out. In one moment that summed it all up, Flacco had a wide-open shot for a touchdown, and instead, he floated a gift-wrapped interception straight into Detroit's hands. That turnover didn't just stall the drive, it handed the Lions prime field position on a silver platter. And of course, Detroit made Cleveland pay, marching right downfield until the defense could barely shove them out of bounds. Another dagger straight through the Browns' chest. After a meltdown that ugly, it's almost impossible to picture Flacco starting again. Even Kevin Stefanski's post-game words cut sharp, saying mistakes like these can't happen, especially on the road. That didn't sound like coach talk. It sounded like a warning shot aimed right at Flacco's future. And let's not overlook this. Rookie Dillon Gabriel got snaps too. And that wasn't some random experiment. That was Stefanski sending a loud message. The Browns are done gambling on fading vets when hungry young guns are waiting for their shot. It's obvious now, the Browns' future isn't in the hands of aging quarterbacks. It's riding on the energy of rookies. Flacco's basically been written out of the script, and the battle has boiled down to just two names, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And between those two,
and these are the kinds of things that you have to be able to know how to do pre-snap. And, when we talk about is Shedeur ready, these are the things that he's still working on. But I was struck by how ready he thinks he is. He feels really excited and ready. And he thinks Gage Larbadan is ready and Caden Davis is ready. He's like, you need to see these guys. Like, these guys are really, really doing really well, and they just need their opportunity.
Sanders is stealing all the headlines. He's not shrinking back. He's stepping up with fearless swagger, flat out declaring he's already better than multiple NFL quarterbacks, including Flacco. After watching that disaster, who can really argue with him? And this isn't fake bravado. Sanders' confidence feels electric, the kind of spark that can flip a whole franchise on its head. If he backs it up once he gets real snaps, he could be the jolt Cleveland needs to finally stop stumbling and take control of this season. Even Stefanski can't hide it anymore. The way he hinted about Sanders moving up the depth chart wasn't some throwaway compliment. It was a signal. Sanders is officially a real contender for that starting job right now. If he keeps showing out in practice and making the most of his chances, the Browns might have finally found their quarterback of the future. But let's be real, Sanders hasn't had it easy. He's been honest that the waiting game eats at him, especially when he sees others around him collapsing while he's forced to stand by. Still, he's kept his patience, leaning on faith, reminding himself that everything happens for a reason, and trusting God's timing will open the door. That mix of hunger and composure is dangerous. It means once his shot comes, he's ready to explode, because behind that calm exterior, you can feel it. His words carry the weight of someone who knows this whole situation is turning ridiculous. He's holding steady, but the fire is boiling underneath, waiting for that one chance to blow the lid off. And now, the tension in Cleveland is off the charts. The quarterback conversation has turned into a full-blown storm. Stefanski might not spell it out, but his every move screams it. The Browns are already preparing for life after Joe Flacco. Fans see it, analysts see it, even the locker room feels it. Dillon Gabriel has flashes, but Shedeur keeps commanding the buzz. Every rep, every sideline moment, every bold word makes it obvious. This rookie is ready to snatch the job and won't look back. Meanwhile, Flacco's presence on the sideline feels like a ghost haunting the roster. His veteran leadership aura has cracked wide open, replaced by whispers that his career in Cleveland is hanging by a thread. His turnovers aren't just mistakes anymore. They've become the living proof of why this team is desperate for a change. Inside the facility, Stefanski's choices speak louder than any press conference. Giving both Gabriel and Sanders live snaps wasn't a rotation. It was a trial run, a test to see which rookie has the guts to grab the spotlight and hold it. And let's be honest, Sanders has the swagger, the charisma, and the competitive fire to take that torch right now. This whole saga has turned into must-watch drama. A veteran crumbling under pressure, a rookie refusing to wait, and a coach trying to control chaos while the fans demand change. All the signs are flashing, and they're all pointing to one conclusion. Shedeur Sanders is storming his way to the top. And if Stefanski hesitates, the fans will make the decision for him. The Browns are at a crossroads, and the noise is building toward one thing: A rookie takeover that could flip the entire franchise upside down. Flacco's flop against the Lions, reckless throws, ugly interceptions, and that crushing turnover shut the whole debate down. Even Flacco admitted the disaster was on him, but let's be real, owning up don't erase the scoreboard. The truth's in plain sight. His days in Cleveland are dangling by a thread, and every shaky snap only speeds up the countdown to Shedeur Sanders snatching the reins. Week after week, the spotlight keeps drifting his way. Every mistake from Flacco makes Sanders shine brighter, and Stefanski's subtle hints ain't even subtle anymore. The message is loud. Shedeur isn't waiting in line for his moment is already here. And with that killer mindset and unshakable swagger, he just might be the fresh spark the Browns have been begging for. This ain't about if Sanders takes over, it's about when. But the stakes couldn't be higher. Can Shedeur walk into that huddle and flip this whole offense into a real threat? Can he bring the fire Cleveland fans have been starving for all season? Or will the weight of being the so-called savior crush him before he even settles in? One thing's locked. The future of this franchise is creeping in fast, and every sign points to Sanders leading it. The veteran era looks like it's closing right before our eyes, and the rookie takeover is already banging on the door. So Cleveland fans, sound off. Is Shedeur Sanders really ready to grab that starting spot right now? Or should the Browns ride out Flacco just a little longer? With Stefanski dropping signals and Flacco stumbling over himself week after week, a change feels inevitable. But is Shedeur the man to carry this entire squad on his back? Drop your takes in the comments. How soon do you see Sanders taking over, and can he really flip Cleveland's season around? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this quarterback saga is only getting crazier from here.